Good afternoon, everybody. Floyd Roberts, home to you by Floyd P. Roberts. Welcome to the show. Today is the end of the year, and it was a fantastic year. Although we had a lot of issues, a lot of things happened this year, a pandemic. Other than that, we have to be thankful. It is a wonderful year. We are alive. Okay, so first segment of the show, first thing we want to talk about is inventory. Inventory is still low, very low. Not saying we're going to run out of inventory, but inventory is still low. Couple things that's going on is that you know why, right? Let me tell you why. The reason why inventory is still low, people staying in their homes. Well, basically they have nowhere to go because we're in quarantine. That's right, we're in quarantine. And it's so that we're in a pandemic, and people, a lot of times, they're not selling homes because there's nowhere to go. But people are still moving. There are a lot of people moving, but for the most part, people are still staying in their homes. Along with the pandemic, there's people out of jobs, people been displaced, people lost their jobs went away, and things like that. So therefore, they're not paying. A lot of people not paying their mortgages. And come next year, January 31st, when the moratorium is going to expire, not unless they extend it, you will see a lot of foreclosures. You'll see a lot of bank sales. You'll see a lot of people selling their homes because people, they were in their homes for a while, lost their jobs. They have equity, so they're still have money to move around where they need to move around to. So that's why it's low inventory, because there's nowhere else to go. In the pandemic, it's a stay-at-home order, so people have to stay home, nowhere to go. Now, we're still seeing that escrows, 30 days in escrow. The average day on the market is probably 5 to 10 days before it gets into escrow, and the escrow is basically around 30 days until it changes hands, until it gets sold. So that's what we're seeing. The stimulus bill did pass. President Trump did sign it on Sunday, what makes it affordable for a lot of people going to be getting those checks. We don't know when they're going to come be getting the checks, but the checks are going to be coming out. He did sign it. I think it's $900 to $2,000. We'll wait and see what you get. Roll of the dice. What are you going to get? So for the most part, I think it's probably going to be like $2,000 where people need that. And that's a house payment for a lot of people. All right. So hopefully use that money wisely. And also, the reason I said earlier, a lot of people not moving because if you lost your job, a lot of times people have equity in their homes. And that's what I want to touch on right now. If you have equity in your home and you could afford to move up, and you just might, kids going off to college and you have the empty nest, you maybe want to move down. So if you have equity in your home, time to sell right now. Next year, actually, it will be a seller's market next year. No buyer. Sorry, let me take that back. It will be a buyer's market next year because right now it's a seller's market because there's low inventory and that's why the housing prices are up. And you see it's a seller's market because the homes are going for, I would say, anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000 more than they did maybe a year ago. That's what I'm seeing in some places. In other places, more. It's maybe a 1%, 2% height in it, but that's what I'm seeing. A lot of places at homes that were selling about 2-3 years ago for $150,000, $275,000, they're selling right now for anywhere from $250,000 to $275,000, maybe $300,000. So it's a big increase. I had one house that I sold 2 years ago for $195,000. Sold it in 30 days for $250,000. So you see it's a big increase in that. Along with the appraisal, he did upgrades, so he was able to get that money, that first house. So that's what we're seeing right now. You're going to be seeing a lot of. It's going to be a buyer's market in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all of next year. By the time the moratorium is going to expire in the end of February, you're going to see a lot of homes coming on the market. So if you've been waiting to buy, just hang in there. If you want to see it, you'll see it. It's a floodgates of homes is going to be in the market. I don't know if they're going to be any cheaper, but you probably be able to negotiate on wheel and deal on some homes. So that's what we're going to probably be seeing in the new year, along with a lot of homes coming on the market and people moving around. A lot of people are going to be moving around this next year. I'll say about 10% more than the average of the year, because a lot of jobs were lost. People are going to be moving out of California. We'll be seeing a lot of people moving out of California for the simple fact is everything is going up and up and up and up. And we welcome people who want to come, but for the last 2 years, I've seen a lot of people move out. A lot of people come in, but a lot of people are moving out of California. Moving to the south, like Georgia is booming right now. A lot of the Midwestern states are booming. We're seeing a lot of people moving to Florida, which is for the weather, in the back east, all those sorts of things. So be prepared. We're going to see a lot of movement coming next year. This is the end of the year. Like I said, a lot of things happened. It started with Kobe Bryant with the pandemic and people losing their jobs but coming out of the pandemic, then coming back into lockdown. So a lot of things been happening. So that's what's going on in the market. We know that the interest rates came down. They're 2.3% on the 15-year fix. The average rate on a 30-year mortgage is 2.5. It fluctuates day to day, but that's what we're seeing right now. So that's your weekend market news. Happy New Year. We want to celebrate this new year, bring it in. It's going to be a fantastic year. I know a lot of things transpired, but we must move on. So be courageous, be leaders, and move on. And I welcome this new year because it is going to be a fantastic year. Floyd Roberts, Homes for You. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.